the boss up. Fix your credit, girl, get at it, get your bag up.
Hey, yes, you read it correct. My relaunch day is November 1st at 12 a.m. Hope to see you there.
Nobody knows but us how we roll, how we roll.
Guys, I am like hoarse, losing my voice, so this may be a voiceover, but I'm about to cut up some green bell peppers and onions along with some steak. So I have these ribeye steaks. I have these ribeye steaks in the freezer, and so it's only 2, but there's 4 of us. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut them up into strips so that I can make some pepper steak with rice. So yeah, please excuse Jazz in the background. She's playing that game again. But yeah, I'm probably gonna do a voiceover. Hopefully later or tomorrow my voice is better.
Yeah. Empty bottles of red wine laying on the floor from last night. We got a little drunk, yeah. Now I'm a little numb. Spending hours by your bedside, talking till it's dark out somehow. Can get you off my mind. Don't wanna say goodbye, bye, bye, bye. Maybe we should take it slow. I don't feel too comfortable jumping into something new right now. Yeah, I don't really know anymore how to feel something again. Think I'm just scared of falling. Don't wanna go all in. I don't really know anymore how to be more than your friend. Think I'm just scared of falling. Don't wanna go all in. Early mornings in your dome, I be sneaking out the door while the sun rises. Cause I ain't got the time, yeah. Can't tell another lie. And baby, I know you want more than this, but you know I can't afford your kiss. So I'm staying for the night, but then I gotta say goodbye, bye, bye. Maybe we should take it slow. I don't feel too comfortable jumping into something new right now. I don't really know anymore how to feel something again. Think I'm just scared of falling. Don't wanna go all in. I don't really know anymore how to be more than your friend. Think I'm just scared of falling. Don't wanna go all in. Yeah. Oh baby, I don't know. I think I'm scared of falling.
Y'all, this was me in the kitchen being creative. I have never done this before. I normally just buy my steak strips already, but I don't think I will ever buy them that way again. That meat was so tender, child. Let me know if you try it.
Don't wanna go all in. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm scared of falling. Don't wanna go all in.
I met him on a sunny day in late July, and everything turned upside down. I almost lost track of time as weeks went by. I couldn't get him off my mind. I told him I want that great love, like standing in the middle of a bonfire. You don't know how you got there, but you hold.
So after you season the meat up however you want it, then you want to mix flour into the meat, and you want to make sure you use enough flour just to lightly coat each strip basically, Now, you don't have to do this right here. I'm just sifting my flour because it was crumbs in my flour. This was the flour that I had stored in the refrigerator in a Ziploc bag, honey. And it probably had chicken or something in there. I don't know. But whatever those crumbs was, we didn't need it in our steak.
Take it slow, but I couldn't help that I wanted to take it to the next level. Cause I wanted that great love, like standing in the middle of a bonfire. You don't know how you got there, but you hold tight, knowing that you can't get burned. Just tell me how we lost track of everything but each other. I honestly don't know. And tell me how we messed up, drifting away from each other. Didn't wanna let you go. Carry on.
Now you want to lightly fry each side of the strip. Basically one side and then the other side. You do not need to use a deep fryer or anything like that. You just need to fill the bottom of a pan with the cooking oil. This actually was way too much oil. I didn't need this much, but hey, I'm gonna pour some of it out and you'll see that later. But yeah, so you're just gonna cook each side lightly, not too much. This is not fried steak. We're just preparing for our homemade gravy. I bet you didn't think I was gonna be able to get this much meat out of 2 ribeye steaks. They are thick cut, but I sure did. The key is to make sure you slice them really thin. Slice them thin, and then when you put the flour on it, it's gonna make it a little bit thicker. Now I'm about to make some homemade gravy. I think I showed you guys how to do this before, but I'm gonna run it through real quick what I'm doing. That grease that we were just frying in, remember I told you guys I was gonna pour some off? That's exactly what I did. And of course I left all those little drippings. You need that. That's got flavor in it. So however many tablespoons of oil you have, or fat, because you can do this with butter as well, that's how many tablespoons of flour you're gonna need. And then you just stir it. No, you didn't see me measure it because I never do. I eyeball it, been doing this too long. And you just let your gravy get as dark as you want it to get. And then at that point you will go ahead and pour in your water, and that is how you make homemade gravy from scratch.
You keep taking me for granted. Cause I don't wanna do this any longer, but somehow it's too hard to walk away now. Light a cigarette like you know nothing. It's the price I have to pay. There's something in your text that's got me crawling.
Look at that, it's starting to thicken up already. But at this point is when I'm going to add my veggies. I'm only using onions and green bell pepper because that's what I do for pepper steak. I do not want them to be completely translucent. I kind of like a crunch to my vegetables. I know y'all probably hear me say that all the time. So that's why I added it in now. If you want to have your veggies more soft, I would suggest you put them in while you're frying your meat. And remember, don't use as much oil as I did because you don't need that much. But this is how it should look. It does look a mess. It does look like it's not going to make gravy, but I promise it will. If you put too much water, that's fine. Keep boiling it. Boil it until the water boils out. But remember, as the gravy cools, it will be thicker than the consistency when it's hot. Or you can season your gravy however you want to. Another tip that I use is I do, depending on what I'm making, like when I make pepper steak, I normally put in a cap full of soy sauce. I do not have any right now, so you won't see me do that in this video, but yeah, try it. And yeah, thank me later. Here I'm just showing you guys how it looks. Look like a bunch of little brown flour balls. That is going to turn into some deliciousness with just adding water.
Acted kinda innocent this morning. You don't wanna talk it out. I agree the talking feels pointless. Still it happens every night. You know that I need ya, but I'm so sick of this, not sure I can leave ya. It'd be so hard to quit, but every night that we explode, wish I could walk out that door. Hate that I need ya. Yeah. Play it cool, just keep on dancing. Soon we'll burn down into ashes, cause you keep playing with matches. Hate that I want you. Yeah. Running out of second chances. Ooh, oh, you keep taking me for granted. Ooh, oh, cause I don't wanna do this any longer, but somehow it's too hard to walk away now. Na, 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 na. Light a cigarette like you know nothing. It's the price I have to.
Ooh, child, you see me dipping that spoon. That's that taste test. Ooh, that meat looks so good. Make me wanna want some right now. But anyway, this point, the gravy is slightly thin, and you actually can stop it here if you want. I just wanted mine a little bit thicker, so I let it go for probably like 2 more minutes.
Soon we'll burn down into ashes, cause you keep playing with matches. Hate that I want you. Yeah. Running out of second chances. Ooh, oh, you keep taking me for granted. Ooh, oh, cause I don't wanna do this any longer, but somehow it's too hard to walk away now. Running out of second chances. Ooh, oh, you keep taking me for granted. Ooh, oh, cause I don't wanna do this any longer, but somehow it's too hard to walk away now. Yeah, all I ever wanted was to make us work, cause I don't wanna spend my life without you. Nothing else matters.
This is the finished product. Well, it may look kind of interesting. It is very, very delicious. As you guys see, I made it with ribeye steaks. You do not have to use ribeye steaks. You can buy your steaks already stripped, cut up in strips. You can also buy your steaks like just a thin, cheaper steak or whatever. Ribeyes are very expensive. You don't have to do that. But I like the ribeye steaks, and I needed to make 2 steaks stretch, and I got a meal for 4 people here, and I still have plenty left. And I still have plenty left here. It looks like a lot of gravy, but it's not. That is actually the meat there, and of course the veggies. That's another thing, guys. You want to keep your gravy thin as possible, because as it sits, it starts to thicken, and I don't like really thick gravy on my pepper steak, I saved that for like some other chickens or some other pork chops and things like that. So if you notice, you can see the meat through this gravy. It's because I left it very thin. It will thicken as it sits. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this meal. Okay, because dinner is served and it's time to eat.
But somehow it's too hard to walk away now. Light a cigarette like you know nothing. It's the price I have to pay.